Welcome to Instant Discussions.
Welcome to Instant Discussions Part 3.
Today we are discussing
Teen Titans.
Attack on Titan.
Ah,
nope,
shit.
you watched the wrong
God
thing
damn
again.
It's actually Attack on Teen Titans.
Attack on Teen Titans.
That's with the little Nightcrawler guy, right?
Yeah.
Steffan, this was your pick. This is an anime.
Yeah, it was.
Animated, Japanese of origin, animated cartoon series for television. Yes, and we're watching the first 6 episodes of this.
Yeah.
Randomly
Which was
selected.
recommended by...
The Jews.
Yeah, the Jews.
All right. And so you hadn't watched this before.
I had watched a single episode.
You'd watched the first episode.
Correct.
Okay. And had you seen any of this before?
I had watched part of the first episode.
So you didn't even get as far as he did?
The beginning of the first episode I thought was horrible, and I changed it.
Now, we said last week that we were going to do dubbing.
Yeah, and then there ended up not existing.
There was no dubs
There's no
on
dubs.
the Netflix version of it.
So...
But on TV, when they show the episodes in America, there are dubs.
Yeah.
So they just decided
America.
not to put that on Netflix.
Which I thought was weird, because it's not... Because Netflix does recognize, like... I mean, it's region per region. You get different movies. So
And
I just
Netflix-
assumed...
They hate blind people.
Yeah, apparently they do, except for blind Japanese people.
Well, yeah, they're okay with...
If you're going to blind
kind of
other
redundant,
Japanese,
if you know
then
what I mean. I mean, not to be racist.
not even going to go there. But, so yeah, I was expecting to have dubs, and then when there was no option, it's like, well, I guess I'm going to be reading for 3 hours, and this will be fun.
Luckily, I was going to stay up late and watch it, and I decided to watch it at noontime, so I'm really glad that I did
Yes, me too. I'm glad I watched it at a time of day where I was able to do that. But it also forces me not to be distracted while I'm watching it, or makes it so that if I am distracted, I'm going to miss entirely what's going on.
Yeah.
So
I don't have problems with subtitles, personally.
No, it's just a thing of, like, if I wanted to multitask while watching it,
Yeah.
I now can't.
Now it's demanded your attention.
Exactly.
Most subtitled anime I really do enjoy. Like, I think the voices are better. This one I did not think so. There was a lot of annoying voices.
I was interested to see it because one of the things I don't like about most animes are the voice acting, and that's because they're dubbed. And I had always thought, well, is the Japanese version better? Is it just the American dubbing that's terrible?
A lot of times it is.
Maybe.
But
I haven't seen those ones.
There's plenty of series that I've watched that are much better with it with the subtitles, but this one was not.
In my limited experience, at least, this one did have a lot of weird acting choices.
Yes.
In the voices.
Like super loud, high voices, and it was very
Yeah, I think that was one thing I did notice about this anime in particular, and I think it was something that, like, the reason why I didn't like the first episode the first time I watched it was because it was so, like, over dramatized, but I didn't give two shits about anybody.
Yeah, because they're not building the drama at all. They're just it's everything's this, and then the quick change into now I'm this emotion.
But it definitely, like, felt like every time, like, every character was screaming as loud as they could, so they conveyed the seriousness and the epicness of the situation. Like, it felt like it was just, like, Will Ferrell, like, all the time.
Especially when they start, like, crying, it's just super over the top, like.
Well, I like the subtle crying though, the shimmer in the eyes.
Yeah,
the little,
subtle
like,
is good, but like the guy saying like we've discovered nothing about the Titans, and he's like crying.
Yeah, that like that.
That was awful.
Yeah.
I really didn't like the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
they were too obvious in everything. Their explanation on every backstory was like, "Oh, by the way, 14 years ago, I remember that." Like. And the acting wasn't that good.
That look you just made, Tony, like, is so beautiful.
That was
great. Yeah, I think
I did
got
get a
weak
little
start
into it
to
when I finally got over the bullshit. Like around the 4th, but even there was so much
when they grew up and everything.
Yeah, because even the beginning training parts, when it's I'm going to be awesome. You said you were going to be awesome, and now you suck. What? Oh no, my life and the sadness. And why can't I get this to work?
I think 4 and 5 is when it started to get a little interesting.
Yes. Yeah, right around the end of where we were watching.
And I think definitely 6 is where it actually piqued my interest to continue to watch it, which is a little. I don't know whether I'm sad because I perfectly got to the point where now I want to keep watching.
Well, like then we've done when we did Trigun in that one.
Yeah.
We did not get to that point yet.
You didn't
maybe
get to that point,
maybe if you forced me to watch more episodes, I would have got to that point. Now on this show, I was at the point where I stopped myself because I didn't want to discuss further things we
I
hadn't
know.
seen.
I stopped myself too. I wanted to keep watching.
But
it.
I wanted to keep watching it. But I'm not perfectly sold on it. This is an interesting
Me
one
too.
because Netflix does recommend this to me at almost 5 stars.
Me too.
So,
I don't even know what mine is.
which is crazy because I keep telling Netflix I don't like anime, and so they when
Right.
they tell me this one, 5
You're-
stars. So maybe because
Maybe
it's
you're
been on for years. It's still on TV.
Is it?
Is it?
The series is still it's listed as still going. I don't know if that's just the American port over of it, but it's still going. So
Recommended 5 stars to me too.
it could even be like the first 2 seasons. Maybe it would say that I would say 3 stars too, but the after that is when it gets super 5-star awesome.
Yeah.
There may be some awesome stuff in there that I just have to wade through
Yeah.
some mediocrity to get through. Because like we were saying, when you get to that last episode there, and you've gotten invested in the characters a little more, you've learned a little more about the world and the legend of the outside world. That's the stuff that kind of interested me.
Yeah, that's where the meat and potato, like that was part of
Yeah.
the meat and potatoes for sure.
And when he jumps into the mouth of the one Titan,
Oh my
you can
God.
see, he's going to use that to travel to where the Titans go. And the big Titan that mysteriously appeared and vanished.
Yeah, that was weird.
So there's something more that they don't understand about them. They've got some teleportation or maybe shifting dimensions or something that these Titans have the ability to do.
Yeah, that was definitely, now that you said that, I will say, one of the things that when my friends recommended it to me, one of them said was the Titans are way more interesting than they seem.
Yeah, because when you first see the smaller Titans, they're dumb stoners.
Yeah.
Dumb naked stoners with no genitalia.
They're creepy. That's
part
the
of
that
me-
best
fumble
part.
around and
Part of me
just
is,
eat
like,
shit.
hoping that each of their faces is like a different tech or like person that worked on the episodes.
Oh yeah,
And just
it's like this is my stepdad. He's an asshole. My favorite thing is just how creepy they are.
Yeah.
Because they some of them have these big cheesy smiles.
I
They don't have
I
dicks,
hate their
which is just
stupid. I hate their
weird.
stupid smiles. I hate the look of the Titans.
I love their faces. It's so.
I
weird.
absolutely hate it, and it's something that keeps me away from the series. Like when I was first learning about this series, and people were telling me to watch it,
Yeah.
and then I saw commercials for the currently airing series on TV, and saw what the Titans look like. It was like, no, I don't want to watch this. That looks stupid. Those are the things that they're fighting.
Yeah.
That's stupid. But the giant Titan that stood up over the wall. and was
The
looking
more
over the wall,
intelligent one.
that one
Yeah.
looked interesting.
He looked cool.
And it does, like, maybe
And
there's
the
something
muscle
out there
on the
that we're not
outside.
seeing. Yeah.
But it's just really creepy. Like, imagine a big Titan with this weird smile just going to pick you up and biting your face off. It's so hot.
And especially my thought with the giant Titan, too, is that a species that's a living species, or is that something that they built or engineered in some way?
Yeah.
And what don't we know about these Titans?
Yeah. I think it'd be way more interesting if you just started at episode 4
Yeah.
and then just found out things from the first 3 episodes as you were watching.
I
Yeah,
also
those first
liked-
3 were horrible.
I liked the backstory that we were getting of Mikasa as Tsukasa.
Yes.
It was, I think
parents.
that's her full name, right?
Yeah. That's a full name.
And
and
that was my
because
favorite part.
when
was
you're seeing
learning
her
about
initially, I
parents.
was like, something really traumatic has happened to her.
Yeah.
You can tell that from her character immediately. Also, the one blonde girl in the training academy who like beats the shit out of them. She's wearing the hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
She, I think, has a similar background too. From the way that she was acting, I could tell that she's been raped or something. Like, she's got this standoff, like this appearance there that she's also really good at fighting.
Yeah.
It looks like she's been a victim before, and she will not let that happen again. That's the kind of character that I see in her. So when I started noticing that in her,
That turned me on too,
Then
yeah.
you did the background of Mikasa, and it's like, parents slaughtered in front of her, sold into sex slavery, and then luckily taken out before that could happen. But she turns from that innocent girl immediately. That's the beginning of her change. And the person who saved her, who killed the people who took her, was Aaron. And
That was one of
now-
my favorite parts of all this the 6 that we watched.
Yeah.
Was when this little kid stabs him. I was
And
like, holy shit.
So he's reckless. He's not necessarily the best fighter, but he's passionate.
He's got balls.
Yeah.
I
So
like balls.
so Mikasa learns to actually trains in her in fighting, and so she knows what she's doing. So people aren't as afraid of Eren.
And I liked the character. I liked the switch in her too.
Yeah,
that moment. I liked it. It was believable. It was,
yeah,
it was good.
Yeah,
and it wasn't the only believable parts.
Yeah,
there's so many stupid parts.
maybe they hired better writers towards after the first couple episodes.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get a lot of backstory across in the first couple episodes too.
They could have left a lot of the backstory out.
They want them to be fighters, but they need to do that.
It's interesting because like it did happen in Trigun, and I'm like wondering like, is this just something that happens in animes where like get through the beginning sludge of like episodes and then it gets really good.
That
it could be the way
lot
that they're
in anime where
it
they
happens a lot in
do
any
heavy background at the beginning, but this one was a lot.
You get that in a lot of films, and even with all the two recent Spider-Man franchises, where you've got to do the first movie of the origin story that they feel the need to tell the origin of Spider-Man. Now, if people weren't familiar with the Spider-Man backstory, as they are, like we're not familiar with the Titan backstory, maybe they feel the need to say, this is how it began, this is how it started, and now we can get into it, and it's that expected thing. It could be an expected thing in animes to say, we're going to tell this story, and this is the setup, and then we get into the actual. Well,
they do that a lot, but they could have done it a lot better. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
A lot better.
But they could have done more of in flashbacks, like they did with the one too.
Tony, but you can appreciate this because you've seen all of Trigun, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like, I don't know if you agree with me, but the first 4 episodes of Trigun, you can skip those.
Yeah, you could.
Because and then the fifth one is when it starts to get.
But not as bad as this series.
It's like the beginning of Pokemon.
The fifth one's the Nebraska family, right? And so that's when it actually starts getting interesting, right? And they're like, okay, fine, like Jesus, huh?
I don't know what you're talking about with that, but like with Pokemon in the beginning of it, and you skip that stuff, and just wait until he's got some Pokemon under his belt, and he got a couple badges, and.
I don't know. I haven't seen Pokemon.
Instead of
you should watch that. We're gonna watch that next.
Caterpie doing his stupid thing. Magnacarp.
I like the Pokemon beginning stuff. I don't care. We're watching Pokemon next. It's my show. Welcome to Pokemon Discussions.
Okay, one thing I didn't like either was their stupid technology little super knees. They shot out fucking little.
The Omni balance.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Did you pause the pause screens to read all of the stuff, the commercial?
I was thinking about it, and then I was like, no.
I almost did, but I was just reading as quickly as I could to see what it was. Here. I'm sure it's easier to read if you read the Japanese,
to be like repeating stuff they said.
Some of it repeated stuff they said. So other stuff, especially in the beginning, were telling you things that you hadn't heard yet. So later we learned about the walls, but in the beginning it did talk about the walls before we learned about them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of like the Guess That Pokemon part, where they're giving you some information.
Guess that Pokemon!
But in Guess That Pokemon, it's always the Pokemon you've already been talking about in that episode.
Yeah.
So in this one, it's, something that we're going to learn.
Hit my dick, Monchan!
Yes.
Wow. Imagine a Pokemon with just dicks. That'd be awesome.
It's also interesting that the kind of technological time that these people are living in.
Yeah.
Because it's this kind of Renaissance era thing.
All this, the symbols that are being used.
Yeah. They don't have advanced technology in this.
So how do they have those stupid Omni things?
The Omni things aren't that technologically advanced, though.
To be able to,
they seem
where
like
do they hold on to? When they shoot out, they go into the sides of the walls?
Mm-hmm. It seems like air pressure. And
it's like steampunk-ish based type stuff.
Kind of thing.
But still, though, like...
It reminds me of kind of a Da Vinci design sort of thing, but it is super bulky.
They could have done it a lot better.
Yeah, it is super bulky, so like it would at least make sense that...
And if you have that technology, you can make something that shoots out a spear type thing to cut off.
I still don't think it actually works to fly around the way that they show it using.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're just going to smash into walls all the time.
But also...
they showed them smashing into walls.
Yeah, they showed
like one guy smashed into the wall.
But the point is there was a montage.
Yeah, and they montaged the training of them, and then it was a couple years later, so they did a lot of training. But I mean the actual physical way that it works when it shoots them out, and then they fly forward, and then it has to detach.
Magically.
It has to detach from the walls, retract in again,
that part is like...
shoot out again super quickly. The speed at which it has to retract and shoot out again.
But the thing is after it's shot out, like it can start recovering the air pressure.
Well, air pressure is one thing, but just the time it takes to roll up all of that coil again and then shoot it out again while you're in the air.
That just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
I'd have to study it some more.
But you know what does make sense? Titans.
No, they could make sense in some world. I was also thinking of one thing I was kind of noticing, the way that they were moving and the way that the guys were jumping around them. It reminded me of the like microscopic scale, but thinking about like a fly on you, and the way that you like see a fly and you go to smack it and then it's already moved.
Yeah.
Because it's moving on such a smaller scale than you are, and so to you, like when the Titans are going like stop, and they're moving so much slower.
No, they were
relative
super.
speed.
Some of them were super quick when he like went and stopped him in the air, mid-air, and then just bit one of the guys like in the middle of one of his shoots.
They're pretty quick
There's
on
a couple that are
because you can
super-
smash a fly too.
Oh my god, I love the crazy Titan who just runs like he has Down syndrome on
Just
fire.
running straight forward.
That's the best.
Oh, what do they call them? Abnormals? I
Yeah,
think, right?
abnormals.
Yeah, they call them an abnormal.
Those were freaky. Like that part. I was like, these are cool.
And then that was when Mikasa took down, right? And it was the whole cart of supplies from the rich guy or whatever, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about? Yeah.
I didn't like that scene either. It's like, hey, asshole, your shit's not gonna fit anyway.
Yeah, he's an asshole. Like so many of the people in the inner
And
circle
if I had a time,
are the
I never said
assholes.
that.
Yeah,
It's basically North Korea.
yeah, it's pretty
And
much
the
what it
U.S.
is.
It's basically an analogy for
It's
the
an analogy
U.S.
for how the world
going
is
in
and
to destroy North Korea.
So, favorite? I mean, we've been just discussing this.
Yeah, there's so much to talk about with all these different episodes.
My favorite was the abnormal, and when it finally got good, and when they kill the parents, and then he kills the bad guy, and he's like, he's a fucking animal, and I killed him like animals.
I like that backstory, and I like although the wording in there is a little weird, but I appreciate it. But when you learn about the outside world, when they find the book about the outside world, that's probably my favorite.
Oh, he's
moment
like,
in the whole thing.
no.
And when they talk about the that she's the last of the Orientals, and they say
Yeah.
there used to be lots of races, all these different races, and it's like, what happened in the world beforehand, and is there any of their world left out there?
Yeah.
How much of that is still there, and is this the only pocket of humanity? As they're from they don't have the technology, and it's if we didn't have the internet and these crazy things happen, then you don't know how much of the world is out there. And that kind of thing. It's
And they're living on the edge.
I
Yep.
think my favorite part is the Titans, and also when Eren got swallowed.
Yeah. it's pretty good.
That was my favorite part.
Little blonde guy's a bitch.
Worst part, cause...
First 3 episodes.
Oh man, no, I just forgot what my worst part was.
My worst part's almost everything else.
Wow.
Well, I don't know just the waiting on the episodes, the overacting, and a lot of times I don't like the stupid look of the Titans. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not really interested in most of the characters. That's I guess those are my worst parts. I don't know about specific moments that are worst.
A lot of it
good
blended
erase them.
together for me.
Yeah.
I had a really good point to make about this whole episode until right now when I was trying to think about what it is.
Oh, say it.
There
Was
we
it
go.
how like the Titans represent our emotions
Yeah.
and how they just
The
go on
all the
overload?
variety of emotions.
Yeah,
that are there.
is that what it is, bro? You
Um,
abnormal fuck. All right, here's a question: are you guys gonna continue at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep watching for a little bit at least. I really want to see dub versions of them so I can watch them a little easier because I don't want to pay that much attention to the show.
Yeah.
I'm not that invested in it.
Remembered it, and it's funny that I forgot it.
You hated all the memory issues. In it?
Yeah. I hate that they don't like what? How do they forget all that? And like that's
What'd they forget?
I guess that's my biggest question now, and that's what I want to know the most is how the fuck do they just forget all that shit
What'd they
Forget which parts.
about the outside world? Like, I mean, clearly at one point, I mean, this is a post-apocalyptic civilization that came
Yeah.
from a world that was complete, right? Had the ocean, had all that. What? They didn't know salt. Like some of them, like I don't know. It's just so weird that like.
I think that they have a poor education system.
There's kids in Africa that don't know that there's seawater. Okay.
Like, I think they have
African,
a really poor
black
education system
African
there, and
Americans.
that's what it is. And they don't teach that stuff. It reminds me of a moment in a movie that I don't want to spoil anything about, but you know the movie.
Avatar.
And they talk about it's kind of set in the future, and they say like, oh, you know how that stuff in science was actually a lie, that was just propaganda. We didn't actually do that,
You just
but
said
they're
it
kind of
from a different way.
erasing the past of education and now teaching false information because it's been so distant from that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So it's.
I'm pretty sure the movie you're talking about. I'm like, what part of
I don't want to spoil anything because it's too good of a movie. It's that kind of thing where they've erased kind of erased the past. They don't talk about that. It was 100 years ago, or they've had 100
Well,
years
I
of
want them
peace
to answer
Oh,
that
yeah.
question.
that they know.
And I'm looking forward to that answer in the anime.
Yeah, that'd be
That's
good
for
answer to
sure.
know. But
Star ratings.
Yep.
It's tough. I know it's tough because
we've
the
only
episode we
seen-
left off on.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
really tough. And my answer, I'm gonna say 3.5 because it's either gonna be a 3 or it's either gonna be a 4. I don't know which one
Yeah.
because I need to watch more.
I'm about at the same point as you, but if I've got to rate these first 6 episodes, it's a 3
Yeah,
for
me too. Like if I have to just stop and never watch it again, it's a 3.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling
I'm not
it's
going to
gonna
click
get a
that
lot.
rating yet until I watch some more on Netflix and can
Yep.
kind of see where I'm getting to.
I
But
haven't clicked it yet either. Tony,
it's got some
See, I
interesting
think I
stuff.
averaged it out probably like a 2,
Mhm.
but it started to get good at the end. So if it continues where it is, I'm probably gonna say like a 3.
Okay.
all right.
It could get really good, but it could be horrible.
Are you? I'm not sure if I heard this. Are you going to continue watching?
Yeah, it's like when you're already having sex with an ugly chick, you're like, I might as well.
It's like
I
I'm
mean,
close to finishing.
Yeah.
That's the other thing is for how long it's been on, the series has been on, and how long it goes. The other question is how long is it going to take for us to learn the answers that we want to know?
Yeah. And
And
sometimes,
to-
like, watching anime, you find out the answers, or other series, and you're like, really?
Yeah.
I don't want it to be like a Lost, and you're like,
And is there still more? I'm fine if it's a Lost, but we're on different pages with Lost. We could talk about that in another.
I haven't seen it at all. You probably shouldn't.
only
talk about
4
Yeah.
seasons. That's all Lost is.
No, you're a liar. Anyway, we'll not talk about that later because that's 100 and some episodes that we'd have to talk about.
It. It'd be more interesting if that was like currently happening.
Yeah, maybe
Because of
we'll talk about that later.
what you told me about it.
Yeah, I've got an idea. But we'll talk about that outside of the podcast. Now it's time for our favorite game show.
Take off our pants!
Nope.
Oh.
No taking off your pants. All right, I'm gonna scoot my chair back a little bit or something. I don't know how to do this.
You can help yourself from peeing.
All right, so we're stood even on the scores now, and now I've got this figured out a little better. So
Oh, did we tally?
yeah,
No shit.
so you're good. It's per game, so you're on one game each.
Yeah, he
Stop.
did. He
Stop.
For the
doing
audience, we're masturbating now.
We're not at all
For the podcast.
Tony.
Yeah, for the podcast.
Great. All right.
Oh, Steffan.
So here are the questions for Attack on Titan.
Oh,
Could you-
drone.
Could you stop doing that? Please.
Are we ready?
Yeah, I suppose so. All right.
Might want to reset.
So there's no more
We
of
have to
this.
test it.
Yeah.
I'm
Right,
one.
clickers, you're 1. You're 4. All right.
What
Now
about you?
stop doing that.
That was you.
I know because
blame
it's not supposed to be on. And I'm running the game board.
Okay, fine.
Okay. All right. You click in once I'm done reading the answer to the question.
It's the answer.
All right. So these are questions tangentially related to Attack on Titan, but because we've only watched 6 episodes, I can't really ask a lot of questions about it. So,
Oh, okay.
in what year did the movie Titan AE release?
And we're doing.
Also, did you know there was a movie called Titan AE?
Yeah. Are we doing? I can't remember if we're doing Prices Right rules.
No, there's no price right rules on this. You are either right or wrong.
I'm going to say 2001.
You are incorrect. So yeah, you can't say higher or lower.
Right.
We're done with that.
We're
that
done
was
with
too
that.
easy
That-
last
yeah,
time.
It ruins the game.
We've eliminated that.
That's the only way Steffan was able to make it.
All right, Stefan.
2003.
No, it was 2000.
Oh, fuck! See, I was closer!
You were closer. But I remember when that movie was coming out, they had the commercials in 1999, and they were like, year 2000, and all of this stuff. After Earth.
Wait, was it
All this
made
craziness.
or was it actually released?
It was released in 2000.
Fuck that.
It
What
wasn't
month?
released the year after that. I don't know. It was released
It's
in
probably
2000.
December 31st of 2000.
I don't know what
Now
it was
that it's
released.
not higher or lower, it's gonna be. You're tied at 0.
Yes.
We have
Exactly.
tiebreaker overtime 5.
All right. So continuing on this trend, what year did the movie Remember the Titans release? I'm pretty sure you remembered the Titans.
2007?
No. You can just answer. You don't have to ring it.
But I like it. 2004.
Nope. 2000 as well.
I knew it!
2 Titan movies the same year.
I
Well,
knew it.
on our fake scoring system, it's 1-on-1.
The fake scoring system.
Where I was close to the second time, he was close to the first time.
Okay.
Rolls.
You can go with that. All right.
Because that's how it's gonna.
What
end up.
year did the James Cameron film Titanic release? Get it? Because Titanic.
That's awful. That was...
Tony.
97?
Correct.
Yeah!
Tony's got a point.
I get this little red thing right here.
I was gonna guess 98, so
It's because you're
I
an
would've
idiot,
gotten it wrong.
Stefan.
can't believe I was close though.
You were damn close.
I don't.
Yeah.
This is like my worst.
No,
subject.
yeah. No, terrible.
The fact that
But
I
that's
got
what
that
we're doing
close,
this.
I'm proud.
All right.
Wait, you're an asshole. That's why we're doing this. You're a
No.
terrible person.
We're doing this because both of you are supposed
Now
to be
this
bad
game,
at this.
it really is Stefan wins.
No,
No,
it's-
he's gonna lose.
It's because Tony's bad at this too. He just got lucky on that last one. All right. What
Wait,
year?
whoa.
Dare you?
Are you good at history or are you terrible at history?
Depends on what history.
Well, he did win a certain game called
if
House
it's
Martial
black
Arts.
history, I'm fantastic.
you
if
won a
it's
trivia
Asian,
game.
not
Let's
at all.
move on.
Anyway,
to our next to
Japanese
last
history is
question.
The worst.
this is the last one.
Next to last.
Oh.
What year did the Laurence Olivier film Clash of the Titans release? So not the other version. Tony?
1974.
Nope. Stefan. No, Stefan.
Why'd you reset it? You told me not to push it last
You
time.
said you like to push the button.
All right, thank you.
Stefan.
Actually, oh whatever. I don't even know. 1981.
Correct.
Holy shit!
Bullshit.
Are you kidding?
I'm gonna
That's 'cause he's
assume you
looking
didn't
at
look
you.
at my paper.
No, I
don't
really
think you
didn't.
did.
He's a cheater.
1981. The 80s classic. See, I couldn't say the 80s film Clash of the Titans, not the Metal
took
Gear
a
Solid,
shot
but-
in the dark. I had no
All right, now that you guys are both tied, the final question.
Oh my god.
Continuing in our tread on Titan movies, what planet does the moon Titan orbit? Tony,
Another one? Jupiter.
incorrect.
Ugh.
All right, he's narrowed it down. I can eliminate 2 of them for you in my mind.
No, don't. You can't help him.
Nope, not helping him at all. Tony.
Earth.
No. Thank you for eliminating another answer.
Well, you said the moon.
You said Jupiter. Oh
Roseanne Barr.
god, I'm gonna get it wrong because I can't remember the other freaking.
Planets.
No, it's not that. I'm gonna get it wrong. It's okay.
You might not.
I might not.
You've got a 1 in something chance.
And I want to flip a coin, but I can't.
Just pick the.
I'm gonna say.
This is just dead air. Come on. What do you want?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
This is pretty
say your anus.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it's Pluto.
Nope.
It's Saturn.
Correct.
Yeah, I win.
Damn it, that was my other guess.
All right, this is a tie game.
Saturn.
That means we're one step away. One
It's
step
a tie
further
game.
away from you not.
Do I get a point?
Nope.
Damn it.
So that means this game's a wash. We didn't need to play it at all.
Nope.
All right, so next week, what are we
All right.
watching? Tony.
Next week we are watching the cult classic from 1993, the award-winning Leprechaun. I'm the Leprechaun.
Really?
I'm
Really?
the Leprechaun.
Really?
I'm the Leprechaun.
Really?
I'm
Really?
the Leprechaun.
Really? You couldn't have saved this for a month?
Please kill me.
In honor
You
of
asshole.
in honor of St.
You
Patrick's Day.
fucking asshole.
St. Patrick's Day, which isn't for a month.
Well, see, I come from Mexico, where
You celebrate St. Patrick's Day in February?
Late February.
All right.
I'm sorry that you guys are racist and hate my culture.
So
Don't worry, there's a leprechaun too.
you just wanted to save Leprechaun 2 for St. Patrick's Day. All right. No, Stefan, where are you going? No.
Leprechaun.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week, except for Stefan. Bye.
Yay.